this is essentially our driveway. As you can see, it's very much dirt and a little bit of gravel. It does need to be kind of re-graveled. There's barely really any gravel left on it, but it is what it is. You definitely need a four-wheel drive to get up here when it's rained. But yeah, so come a bit closer and I'll show you some other stuff. Alright, so this is some pretty amazing moss. This is like my absolute favourite moss over here. If you come a bit closer and maybe zoom in, this is just feels absolutely amazing. It's like God's carpet over here. I absolutely love this moss. It's my favourite type. And then over here, I'm not sure what this kind of fern is. It's not a bird's nest specifically, but the one right behind it is a bird's nest fern. And then we have a couple other different kinds of ferns here. So there's a few different kind of ferns already in this frame. And if you come a bit more like to where I'm standing here, if you come over, so the water comes down here from the dam. There's a big dam up there, and the bird's nest ferns really like that water, so they grow on the side of these really big rocks here on top of them or wherever, which is really nice. And yeah, we were just talking previously in Europe, you know, even just this normal fern, these kind of garden variety standard ferns here in front of the bird's nest fern, you know, in Europe they're like 50 euros or something, you know, like even just for a small one they can be sort of 50 euros. And if we just look right behind here, this is like a 100 euro fern, this one in Europe, if you wanted to buy this. And as you can see, well, out here they grow everywhere. There's one right there, there's half a dozen down here. If you come just over to the side over here, there's a couple of big ones down there, there's some small ones, there's some wild ginger down there. So yeah, all of this stuff just grows literally on the side of the road here. We're so blessed, you know, to have so much, you know, diversity of plant life here. So yeah. So this is like a, I wouldn't say daily occurrence, but potentially even a weekly occurrence. Lots of trees just kind of falling down. And yeah, there's one over there, even just over there. It's also fallen down on the side of the road. And yeah, you have to cut them down, as you can see, just over here, and get them out of the way. And this is pretty much what happens when there's tons and tons of rain and these get pretty old. They start to get pretty rotten. This is one of my favourite ferns as well. I love that you can just kind of like stand under them. This sort of reminds me of like Garden of Words, the short film and the short anime film. They have similar kind of beautiful green looking kind of stuff like this. And yeah, this one you can pretty much just stand right underneath it. It's really, really pretty. And it has this kind of hair. The hair is a little bit annoying to touch. You can't see completely in the video, but there's these little tiny hairs here, and they can be a little bit itchy if you sort of touch them. Yeah, more ginger. There's a raspberry. This is sort of like a wild forest raspberry here. It's a little bit prickly. This one I'm not so sure. I know what it is, I just don't know what the name is. And yeah, more bird's nest ferns up here. There's one right there. And there's a lily pilly. There's a few lily pillies here too. And pretty much the rest all just kind of blends in. But pretty beautiful driveway, this one. And it certainly floods a lot. Like there's tons and tons of floods down here, and it costs a fortune to redo the road all the time. But everyone kind of in the area sort of pitches in. Pretty much anybody that uses the road kind of pitches in every year to sort of maintain it and keep it going. And occasionally someone comes down here with a shovel, and we'll have to do that eventually. You know, pickaxe, and digs out maybe one of the two really large boulders and kind of fills it up a little bit so that the road isn't too crazy. But yeah, this is our road. Really, really beautiful, and been here longer than I have. So yeah.